Imagine being 8 years old, and your teacher tells you, if the bomb drops, just duck and cover. That's it. Problem solved. Sounds ridiculous, right? But for an entire generation of kids, that wasn't science fiction. That was a real classroom lesson. Today we're diving into one of the strangest, most chilling pieces of forgotten educational history. When schools taught children how to survive a nuclear war, as if it was just another fire drill. Hey everyone, welcome back to Mind-Blowing Facts, where we expose the weirdest facts, rare history, and bizarre truths hiding in plain sight. Now let's rewind to the 1950s, the era of sock hops, Elvis, and atomic anxiety. Because behind the shiny optimism of post-war America was a deep, constant fear. The Soviets might drop a nuclear bomb at any moment. And instead of shielding kids from that fear, the government brought it right into the classroom. Let's talk about the mascot of Cold War survival, Bert the Turtle. In 1951, the US government released an animated film called Duck and Cover, starring Bert, a friendly cartoon turtle who teaches kids that if a nuclear bomb explodes, all they need to do is, well, duck and cover. The film was shown in thousands of schools across America. Teachers ran drills, alarms rang, and little kids scrambled under their desks, heads covered, eyes closed. The wild part? This wasn't treated like a worst-case scenario. It was normalized, almost cheerful. Like, good job, kids! That's how you survive a thermonuclear apocalypse. Here's a real excerpt from classroom guidance back then. If you see a bright flash, duck under your desk. Keep your eyes shut. Cover your head with your arms. Sounds simple, right? But let's be clear. The flash they're talking about? That's a nuclear explosion. A blast hot enough to melt skin, destroy buildings, and leave radiation for miles. And these drills weren't optional. Kids did them weekly, sometimes daily. Some schools even built underground bomb shelters like cozy little apocalypse bunkers, complete with water, crackers, and coloring books, just in case the world ended during third period. So why teach kids this stuff at all? Well, it was a mix of hope, fear, and frankly, propaganda. After World War II, the US and the Soviet Union were locked in the Cold War, a silent standoff powered by the terrifying possibility of mutual nuclear destruction. And when the Soviets tested their first atomic bomb in 1949, panic set in. The government knew they couldn't protect everyone, but they could try to control how people reacted. So they turned to the schools. Teach the kids, calm the parents, maintain the illusion of safety. And here's the chilling part. They knew duck and cover wouldn't actually save anyone near ground zero, but it might help reduce injuries from falling glass or give people just enough hope to avoid total chaos. Now think about being a kid during this time. You wake up, eat your cereal, go to school. Then, in the middle of math class, a siren wails and you're told to hit the floor because the world might be ending. Over time, these drills became weirdly routine. Some kids even joked about them. Others had nightmares about mushroom clouds, radiation burns, and dying with their classmates. Teachers tried to stay calm, but they were scared too. One retired teacher later said, "We were told to comfort the children during a nuclear attack, but we had no idea how." It was the first time in modern history that children were taught not if a disaster might come, but to expect it. Here's the kicker. The very drills meant to protect kids were based on a lie. Documents later revealed that US officials knew most people wouldn't survive a direct nuclear hit, desk or no desk, but they figured that fear could be managed like a fire drill. That if people felt they had a plan, they wouldn't panic. And so, the illusion of safety was sold in classrooms, cartoons, and textbooks. One historian called it the most elaborate game of pretend ever played with children's lives. By the 1970s, the drills faded away. Public skepticism grew, and people began to question, should we really teach kids how to survive something no one can survive? Today, duck and cover is often mocked, a relic of Cold War paranoia. But here's what's really haunting. We often teach kids how to react without ever changing the reasons they're in danger. Whether it's school shootings, climate disasters, or war, the burden too often falls on young shoulders. And sometimes we convince ourselves that drills and routines are enough, when deep down, we know they're not. So the next time you see those old black and white films of kids hiding under desks, don't laugh. Real children lived through that fear. And they grew up knowing that their safety was partly an illusion. What's more terrifying than the bomb is believing a desk will save you from it. Thanks for watching. If this blew your mind, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe for more truths they never taught in school. Until next time, stay curious and question everything.